23rd. The Prime Minister made a big appeal, like you heard just a short while ago. He came out and said that do not fret if you cannot be in Ayodhya on this historic day. You can be a part of the celebrations. All you have to do is light a diya at your home. That was the appeal that he made. We then had the Chief Minister earlier today also at the Hanuman Gadi temple. He offered prayers before he then walked on to review the preparedness that was being done, review the preparations that were being made. He also then took a boat ride on the holy river of Sarayu, getting a sense of what awaits all those people who are going to be trickling into that temple town. CNN News 18 and my team of colleagues are on ground there, getting us exactly what the temple town looks like, what it is preparing for. My colleague Shivani Gupta also getting us some of the mood and flavor there.
Just 2 days to go for the major Pran Pratishtha ceremony on January 22 at the new Ram temple. I'm standing here at the entry of Hanuman Gadi, one of the main important spots. Everyone who comes for a darshan at the Lalla temple first goes to Hanuman Gadi. And right now on the streets, there are actually more police personnel and RAF personnel than even ordinary citizens that are visible. You can see that there is a whole unit of the RAF right next to me. And this is the main spot where a lot of the entry has now been barred for unregistered vehicles or vehicles that do not have prior permission. This is the route that the chief ministers, the dignitaries and of course the prime ministers are going to be using. I want to show on the other side of the road, we also have a female RAF unit that is present. And this is that road that has been refurbished as well. You see on the other side, a lot of these shops have been given a very consistent facade. This is part of the upliftment that has been done as far as the entire Ayodhya region is concerned. A lot of the shops here, in fact all the shops here in this 2-kilometer long road now have the same consistent facade to give this entire area a facelift. Of course ahead from here where a checkpoint has been formed is the Hanuman Gadi. From there is the Ram Janmabhoomi temple as well, and a lot of security arrangements have now been done to ensure that there is no untoward movement that is allowed anymore. Lots of vehicles we've seen that are no longer being allowed inside. Of course people are being allowed inside because regular darshans are still going on, and of course a lot of the public lives here as well. But other than that, certainly as we get closer, 48 hours, 24 hours to go for that January 22 ceremony, not much is going to be allowed in that 1-2 kilometer radius from the Ram Janmabhoomi temple.
Aman Sharma, my colleague, joining us live from Ayodhya now. Aman, we are going to be seeing the Pran Pratishtha ceremony take place when the idol that we just unveiled for our viewers is going to be unveiled in its full glory, in its full form when those prayers, those special rituals happen. But we also do know what happens to the existing deity. The Ram Lalla idols that are already there are also going to be placed right in front of the new idol. So when devotees go to the Ram temple come January 23rd, they will be able to see both of those, pray to both of those.
Absolutely, and this is the story we broke earlier today morning. There were some concerns arose in certain quarters at what happens to the original Ram Lalla Virajman idol. One should remember that Ram Lalla Virajman idol won the case in the Supreme Court of the Ram Janmabhoomi. So in a way, the Ram Lalla Virajman will obviously be placed in the new temple. What we have been told reliably by both Mr. Champat Rai and Mr. Sanjay Das, who is the chief priest of the temple, that the standing idol of Lord Ram is is installed in the Garbhagriha, that is about 51 inches tall. In front of the standing idol, the new idol of Lord Ram, there will be this Singhasan where the Ram Lalla Virajman, his three brothers, the idols of his three brothers, Lakshman, Shatrughan and Bharat, and Lord Hanuman. All the 5 idols which are there in the earlier makeshift temple will be shifted to the Garbhagriha of the new temple, and they will be placed in a Singhasan in front of the new Ram Lalla idol. So in a way, when a devotee goes to the Garbhagriha, not only will they be able to see the new idol of Lord Ram, they will also be able to see the original Lord Ram Virajman and his brothers in all their glory on a Singhasan in front of the new statue. This I think will be quite a divine sight, and the Ram Lalla Virajman and the original Ram idol, who's called the Ram Lalla Virajman, have been worshipped since 1949. since they first appeared at Ram Janambhoomi premises. So obviously they will get their pride of place. We expect them to be shifted to the new Garbhagriha either tomorrow or day after, and in fact they would also be a part of the entire Anushthan ceremony before the Pran Pratishtha. And on 22nd, when the Prime Minister comes, we will be able to see that memorable sight of both the idols of Ram Lalla, the new one and the original one, in the same frame, and the Prime Minister taking their blessings and praying to them. Poonam.
We are going to be seeing both those idols come 22nd of January after the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. But Aman, you've spoken to several people that have already trickled in there. They do not feel that there is going to be any difference as far as their devotion and the pull that Ayodhya has. Even before the Pran Pratishtha, we've seen how the footfall has increased. The Grand Ram Temple is not open to the public anymore, but that hasn't stopped these devotees to trickle into the temple town.
Yeah, it's not a trickle. It seems like a flood of people coming here. You know, I have never seen so many people in Ayodhya. I have come here many times earlier, but this kind of rush, you just see this Lata Mangeshkar Chowk. See, people are just streaming into Ayodhya, and not just from UP, as I said. People from all parts of the country are coming here. It's an unending stream of people. Today I saw, Pune, for the first time, maybe a queue of nearly 500 people outside to enter the Ram Janambhoomi premises. There was a queue of nearly 500 people. Authorities here telling us that close to 30 to 40,000 people are already coming daily to the Ram Janambhoomi premises. And next week, once the new temple opens and the Pran Pratishtha is over and it opens for general viewing, close to 50,000 to 1 lakh people could come here daily. Ayodhya has a big challenge of taking care of so many devotees, ensuring that people have a comfortable stay, that people don't face any trouble when they come here. GM Yogi Adityanath was here today to especially look at these kind of arrangements. But Ayodhya has a festive atmosphere. I have not seen any such atmosphere ever.
Right,
earlier.
sorry to interrupt you there. Aman, we'll keep coming back to you. But Anand Narasimhan, my colleague, also joining us from the temple town of Ayodhya, and he has a very special guest with him. Over to you, Anand.
Yes, I'm in the temple town here at Ayodhya, where Shri Ayodhya Dham is Ramamay, so to speak. Ladies and gentlemen, there are scores of people, so many people coming in by the seconds into the city just because they want to be here in this city on the occasion of Pran Pratishtha. But we're going to go across to somebody who's not just a Padma Bhushan, but he is somebody who's an author, a spiritual teacher, a guide, somebody who's championed mindfulness, Sahaj Yog and the Sri Ramchandra mission. Everybody recognizes him as Daji. Kamlesh Patel ji, namaste. Thank you very, very much for your time. Daji, my first question,
Namaste,
how would you see
Anand ji.
January
Namaste,
22nd?
Anand ji. A memorable day, historical day. It's a grand day for all of us, for all humanity rather. It is not exclusive to Hindus or Ram Bhaktas, but this is something remarkable. People will remember for millennia.
Who is Ram and what does Ram stand for, and why so many years later, from the Treta Yuga to the Kali Yuga now, he still remains relevant, Daji?
Well, Lord Rama, as we speak of Ayodhya, he stands out as a personality, not just as Avatara Purusha, but as a royal, noble king. And often we remember him as an ideal of what a son should be, what a husband can be, what a king can be, what a brother. You know, he is a combination of so many things. He is tender than the tenderest of flowers and stronger than any Vajra that you can find. People always have this debate, was he there? And things like that. But to me, he's a man of ideals, man of principles. And it is that character, it is that his invincible character. At any cost, he'll follow his principles. And that's what matters today. And if you value and cherish, I think it will be better. It will be a better way of expressing our gratitude and dedication to his life.
What are the values? You called him an Avatara Purusha, but also he is known as Maryada Purushottam. What are the values that we as Bharat and Bharatiya need to imbibe or learn?
For example, let's see, in order to serve his countrymen, his role as a king, as a leader, he sacrificed his own personal life just to maintain harmony within the kingdom. That stands out the tallest of all, actually. Other things are there because a lot of people amongst us are also who honor parents. That doesn't stand out that much. There is also blemish on him for abandoning his wife, but when you see the greater picture, he sacrificed his personal life for the sake of the country in order to create harmony within the country, and I think that stands the tallest. The next one is that he could embrace even his enemies. He said, if Vibhishana comes, I have to accept him, though he is Ravana's brother. And even if Ravana comes in front of me, I will embrace him and I will forgive him. So he is really a great guy, actually.
This aspect of equipoise, can we use yoga, mindfulness to try and get to a state of equipoise?
It's very easy. Once you have the meditative mind, and especially when we meditate on the heart, we are able to dive deeper into ourselves. We touch superconscious state and we also touch our subconscious state. And because of this widening of consciousness, we remain equipoised. Equipoise is lost because of narrow-mindedness. Narrow-mindedness means you are not able to think generously. You are having a single track mind. But when you have poised mind through meditation, you automatically imbibe those qualities and thoughts, intuition. You tap into the higher intuition because of the superconscious. When we talk of heartfulness way of meditation, yoga through heartfulness meditation, we use the technique called pranahuti. And because of this pranahuti, it nourishes our soul, our spirit. And because of that, our life really gets enriched in just few seconds. And I often tell my friends, especially young sisters and brothers, that please don't believe in me. You must dissect yoga. You must dissect religion and spirituality like a scientist. You must experiment with it and come to your own conclusion through your own personal experience. Let your heart become the laboratory and your own outcome, yourself, with the result of that experiment, and see if you like your new product or not, your new version.
Daji, final question, if I may. Jambavan was there to wake up Hanuman
Please.
and brought out his consciousness. He woke, he realized his potential. Will this Pran Pratishtha wake up Bharat? Do you see this, allowing Bharat to wake up to its potential?
Well, there is a big difference between pranahuti and prana pratishtha. Prana pratishtha was in vogue in our country in Vedic times when Rishi could not go from village to village. So what they would do is install a statue and make it worshipable by transmitting their essence, their own achievements, and infuse as an energy into that. And that has a time limit also. And it would sometime last for 200 years, sometime 300 years, depending upon who charges that. My Guruji also ended up charging few statues and made them worshipable, and you can feel that charge. And pranahuti is something dynamic which we offer in heartfulness of meditation. You don't have to go to a place, but this pranahuti can be experienced wherever you are. And that's a big difference between prana pratishtha and pranahuti. And your question with Bharat changed because of prana pratishtha? I don't think so. Because prana pratishtha, in order for pranahuti to be effective, one has to open the heart. And people often go to such deities, not with the open heart, but to demand something. And also, out of greed, very rarely you will find love for the sake of love of a God. And if that is really, really there, then he did not go anywhere actually. Most often people worship because of greed and because of temptations or fear. This is the main thing that keeps people religious. It's very difficult to find even one person who really truly craves for the ultimate. So, Prana Pratishtha, I don't think it will ever change, but in fact, people will be under this hallucination that Prana Pratishtha has been done and things will change and we relegate our responsibilities to gods. That will be a fallacy.
Very well said. So you brought the rational to the emotional and made sense of this whole thing. It's important for us to celebrate the Pran Pratishtha of our Ishta, but not forget that we ourselves are responsible for what we do. So Pran Pratishtha and Pranahuti, only someone like you could have explained it so simply and so lucidly. Daji, thank you so much. Such a pleasure, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Anand. Thank you, Anand.
Thank you. Namaste.
Such voices put in perspective what the significance of this Jan 22nd Pran Pratishtha is, what it means for devotees, not just in the country, but devotees around the world, that this temple is finally getting its due, that Ram Lalla is finally getting his due. CNN News 18 is getting you more such voices, reports coming in from on ground from the temple town. We'll be back after a very quick break. Don't go anywhere.
पल पल में युग युग में हर क्षण में राम, हर तन में हर मन में कण कण में राम। पल पल में युग युग में हर क्षण में राम, हर तन में हर मन में कण कण में राम। राम सिया राम किया विश्व कल्याण भला, राम सिया राम सिया राम। राम सिया राम किया विश्व कल्याण भला, राम सिया राम सिया राम।
जय
मोदी सरकार
डिग्निटरीज आया करेंगे, राम जी के भक्त पूरी दुनिया से यहाँ आएंगे, तो अब बड़ा आसान हो जाएगा
लोगों के।
Wherever you go in Ayodhya, you will find tea being distributed free to people, to devotees. It's really cold in Ayodhya also, but this free distribution of tea that we found just near the Ram temple is special because this is in the memory of Ram and Sharat Kothari, the Kothari brothers who were killed in police firing in Ayodhya in 1990, and we have these people, in fact we've seen these people all over Ayodhya distributing tea. Ram and Sharat Kothari जी के याद में आप चाय बांट रहे हैं, लोगों को बिस्किट बांट रहे हैं, क्या क्या सोच है और कैसे आप कहाँ से आए हैं?
हम कलकत्ता से आए हैं और राम शरद कोठारी जो बंधु 1990 में जिनकी शहादत हुई थी, उनके नाम से हमारा संघ चलता है, राम कोठारी स्मृति संघ। तो उनकी तरफ से हम आए हैं, हमें चाय का कैंप लगाने का अनुमति दी गई है। हम यहाँ 14 दिन के लिए कैंप लगाएंगे, 25 तारीख तक हमारा कैंप रहेगा।
कई जगह आपके कैंप है मेरे ख्याल, सरयू के पास भी है,
सरयू के पास भी है, यहाँ राम मंदिर के पास भी है, अपना आगे टेढ़ी बाजार के पास भी है।
जी जी जी,
हमारा वो टेढ़ी बाजार के पास बेस कैंप है। हमारी 7 टीम यहाँ लगी हुई है और 7 टीम सरयू नदी के पास लगी हुई है। ये राम शरद कोठारी स्मृति संघ के नाम से संस्था है, उन्हीं की राम शरद की स्मृति में ये संस्था बनाई गई है। और मंदिर ट्रस्ट वालों ने कहा था कि आप एक कैंप लगाइए राम शरद के नाम से, तो उसी के नाम से हमारी ये 40 आदमी टीम कलकत्ता से यहाँ आई है।
40 लोगों की टीम है आप?
40 लोगों की टीम है। 15 तारीख से 25 तारीख तक हमारा ये कैंप है। तो हमारी एक मोबाइल टीम, 2 मोबाइल टीम है और एक बेस कैंप हमने बना रखा है।
आपने तो, आपको कैसा लगता है अयोध्या में, आप अपने मन की दृष्टि से देखें तो क्या लगता है आपको अयोध्या में?
देखिए, परिवर्तन का नर्तन चल रहा है, एक प्रकार का कीर्तन हो रहा है। यहाँ वर्तन की बात नहीं है, बल्कि प्रत्यावर्तन में नूतन मनोदशाओं का एक कौतूहली व्यंजक भाव सामने आया है, जो लक्षणा परिपाटी प्रणयन में उद्देश्य पूर्ति के लिए है, जिसमें हमें स्फूर्ति आ रही है। और उसमें 2-1 छंद देना चाहेंगे कि परम ब्रह्म परमेश्वर नारायण भगवान, सात रजतम सब आप प्रभु आदि अंत स्थान, राम श्याम अवतार बहु ओंग और ओंकार, महाकवि त्रिफला त्रिसा तत्पर त्रिगुणाकार। मंदिर के निर्माण की मोदी के मन सोच, मंदिर के निर्माण की मोदी के मन सोच, अब जन्मभूमि पर बन गया ना ही लगी खरोच, और ना ही लगी खरोच, ये कर छाछठ ले भूमि, राष्ट्रीय सेवक संघ राम मूर्त ले झूमी, और का त्रिफला कभी सुना वो हो मोदी बलशाली, और धर्म सनातन जगा बजाओ सब मिलताली।
And our top focus continues to remain on Ayodhya, where the preparations are in full swing for the Ram Mandir's Pran Pratishtha, and the Ram Lalla's idol was placed yesterday on the platform of the Garbh Griha in the Mandir. All covers have been removed from the idol except the Shrimukh or the face of the deity. The full face unveiling of Ram Lalla's idol will take place on 22nd January on the occasion of Pran Pratishtha. Now today the puja ceremony will start with installation of and pujan of Ganpati and other Devi Devtas. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will also visit the Ram Nagari and will take stock of the preparations for the Pran Pratishtha and will even hold a review meet today. Now 13 lakh Desi Ghee laddus are being prepared in Ayodhya for the big day on January 22nd when devotees will get them as prasad. More on this in our next report by CNN News 18's Aman Sharma. Take a look.
When you come to the new Ram temple on January the 22nd and for public viewing from January 23rd, what will you take back from the Ram temple? These will be the delicious Desi Ghee laddus which are being prepared here in Ayodhya. A total of 13 lakh laddus are being prepared for the big day of January 22nd. The raw material comes here and here is where the work starts on making these laddus. And if I show you this hall, this is a great sight. You know, this is where all these laddus are being very painstakingly made by people who have been working here day and night to ensure that all 13 lakh laddus are ready by the time the Pran Pratishtha ceremony happens on January the 22nd. And we have organizers here, in fact, who have been camping day and night to ensure that the work is complete. Why are we making so many laddus and what will we do?
See, Devraha Hans Babaji Maharaj, he has told us that उन्होंने एक संकल्प किया है for offering 1111 man laddus, and after the event passes away, this process will go on, and devotees who come for darshan of Lord Ram in the temple will get a tiffin containing 7 laddus even after that.
Ram Leela. This is the very famous Ayodhya ki Ram Leela, and usually around Diwali time when it is held, famous film stars come and play main characters. But that is being replicated this time ahead of the Pran Pratishtha of the Ram temple. Behind me on the stage is none other than Raza Murad playing Dashrath. You also have the likes of Malini Avasthi playing Ma Shabri in this Ram Leela. You have Manoj Tiwari and Ravi Krishan playing Parshuram and Bhagwan Lakshman. And you have Rahul Butcher playing Lord Ram in this Ram Leela. And it has been specifically organized to enthrall the audiences of Ayodhya, of Ram Nagari ahead of January 22. Raza Murad ji, बहुत अच्छा लगा आपको यहाँ देख के, लेकिन आपको कितना अच्छा लग रहा है अयोध्या में अब की बार ठंड में रामलीला करने में?
अयोध्या मुझे अपना घर जैसा लगने लगा है, क्योंकि मैं पिछले 5 साल से बदसूर आ रहा हूँ और अलग अलग भूमिकाएं करता हूँ। राजा जनक बन जाता हूँ, अहि रावण बन जाता हूँ, विश्वामित्र बन जाता हूँ, कुंभकर्ण बन जाता हूँ, और इस बार मैं
दशरथ बने।
जी जी।
तो आपने फिर अयोध्या लास्ट 5 इयर्स देखा है, बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट 5 इयर्स रहे हैं ये अयोध्या के लिए। 2019 के जजमेंट के बाद से अब 2024 आ गया है, तो आपने क्या बदलाव देखा है अयोध्या में?
अयोध्या जो आज हमें दिखाई दे रही है अयोध्या जी, वो तो लगता है दुल्हन बनी हुई है, खूबसूरत दुल्हन, और हर तरफ रोशनी है, हर तरफ हर्षोल्लास है। और मैं आज फ्लाइट से आया तो पूरा प्लेन जो है वो जय श्री राम के नारों से गूंज रहा था। तो है, एक जोश है। और सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि एयरपोर्ट बनने की वजह से कनेक्टिविटी हो गई है, पूरे मुल्क से जो पहले नहीं।
शो कर रहे हैं और मैं देख पा रहा हूं
Watching Nation at 5 and these visuals are coming in from Chennai in
बल के लोग हैं
is undertaking this roadshow. The Prime Minister is going to be inaugurating the Khelo India Youth Games in Chennai in just a few minutes from now. He is en route the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium where the Khelo India Youth Games are going to begin. He's inaugurating them today. It's a 2-week-long sporting extravaganza that we are going to be seeing. The Governor of the state, R.N. Ravi, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin are also going to be present with the Prime Minister when he inaugurates that event. Currently, he's undertaking this roadshow. There are several people that have lined up the streets to try and catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister before he reaches the iconic Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium to inaugurate the Khelo India Youth Games. Purnima, my colleague, joining us, getting us more details now. Purnima, was this roadshow on the itinerary for the Prime Minister? We're going to be seeing him just a short while from now, not only inaugurating the sporting event, but also going to be flagging off several other developmental schemes too.
Well, you can see grand reception indeed for Prime Minister Narendra Modi as he will be attending the inauguration of Khelo India. Remember, Udayanidhi Stalin, the Tamil Nadu Sports Minister, had met Prime Minister Narendra Modi earlier and invited him for the inauguration of Khelo India. And you can see grand reception planned for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Scores of people waiting to get a glimpse of Prime Minister as he will be reaching the stadium. You can see huge crowds gathering and people here, people in Chennai welcoming Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And the next 2 days, in fact, Prime Minister will be in Tamil Nadu, Poonam. We are coming to you live from outside Sri Ranganatha Swami Temple. Tomorrow, Prime Minister will be coming here at 11 a.m. to participate in a program. And later, we'll also listen to scholars reciting the Kamba Ramayana. Remember, this also has a Ramayana connect ahead of Ayodhya. The 3 temple visits are going to be crucial. People here are also excited to welcome Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But clearly the next 3 days in Tamil Nadu and scores of people and grand welcome planned for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, not just in Chennai but also in Trichy and Rameshwaram.
Tiruchirappalli is where the Prime Minister is going to be next and Rameswaram onward over the next 2 days. The Prime Minister has been undertaking these visits to temples where the main idol or the main deity is Lord Ram, or temples or areas that have been historically connected with Ramayana, with Lord Ram. We saw him in different temples from the Lepakshi temple in Andhra Pradesh to the Ramaswamy temple in Kerala. Now we're going to be seeing the Prime Minister visit 2 very important temples over the weekend in Tamil Nadu as well. Now, as far as the Ranganatha Swami temple is concerned, Purnima, the main deity there is the reclining form of Vishnu. That too has a connect with Ayodhya, with Lord Ram and Ramayana.
Absolutely. In fact, the Lord Vishnu idol that's kept here, in fact, this was the deity that was worshipped by Lord Rama and his ancestors for generations, and that was in fact a gift given by Lord Rama, and that's the idol, that's the deity that's been placed here. So that's the significance. Apart from that, the Kamba Ramayana was first recited publicly here inside the temple premises, which is why tomorrow again, while Prime Minister will be visiting the temple, he will be listening to scholars recite the Kamba Ramayana. So there have been several significance, and the belief is that the idol that's been kept here was worshipped by Lord Rama, was given as a gift, and that idol is in fact was fixed here at the Srirangam temple. That's the history. That's the history and belief of the people of Srirangam, which is why now that Prime Minister will be visiting this temple at around 11 a.m. tomorrow, public and residents of Srirangam say that this is also this will also boost spiritual tourism in the country. Now everyone will try to read about temples that Prime Minister will be visiting in the run-up to the grand ceremony that's planned on the 22nd, and say that now many people, not just from Tamil Nadu but from across the country, will be visiting these temples and know the significance and the Ramayana connect that temples like Sri Ranganatha Swami will have. And you can see the preparations are on. And grand reception planned for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In fact, the temple will be closed from 6 p.m. Today till about 2:30 p.m. tomorrow. Heavy security deployment in and around Srirangam temple, and for public, this temple will be closed. and people here have been waiting to get a glimpse of Prime Minister tomorrow. They say that now they can expect spiritual tourism to boost in places like Trichy and Rameshwaram, where Prime Minister will be visiting. But clearly the Ramayana Connect is something that people are very proud of, saying that now everyone will get to know the history of Sri Ranganatha Swami Temple with Prime Minister's visit tomorrow. Back to you.
And Purnima, the connect with Lord Ram or with Ramayana is not just with the Sri Ranganath Swami Temple where you currently are, but when the Prime Minister eventually goes to Rameswaram, the Ramanatha Swami Temple also does have a connect. The main deity there is of Lord Shiva. There is a belief that the Shiva idol there, the main lingam there that's inside, was actually worshipped by Lord Ram and Goddess Sita. That is also the significance of why we're going to be seeing the Prime Minister there over the weekend.
Absolutely. In fact, two temples in Rameshwaram will also be significant, and that's going to. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be reaching Rameshwaram at around 2:30 p.m. and from then till about 6:30 p.m. at Rameshwaram Temple there will be special bhajans held. There will be special recitals, and in fact that is going to be a very significant move ahead of the grand ceremony that's planned, because that's again one of the interesting Ramayana Connect that we've heard. Apart from that, Prime Minister will also be visiting Danishkodi the next day, which is on the 21st January. The holy water from Rameshwaram will be taken by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Ayodhya. That's also what's being planned, and that's what the BJP state unit has confirmed, that the holy water from Rameshwaram will be carried by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Ayodhya. And all these temple visits, not just in Tamil Nadu but Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh and Kerala, will be significant in the run-up to the Ram Mandir inauguration on 22nd, which is why people in Tamil Nadu, a section of them, at least from what we've heard from people here in Trichy, excitement is clearly in the air. They're all waiting for the grand ceremony, saying that after 500 years, finally it's happening. And some of them here we spoke to also hope that the BJP and Prime Minister come back to power yet again in 2024. That's the word that's been coming in. And people are waiting to, in fact, welcome Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Chennai, in Trichy as well as in Rameshwaram.
Absolutely, and the kind of enthusiasm that we see is very evident from these visuals that are coming in from Chennai currently, where the Prime Minister is undertaking this road show while he is en route the iconic Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium, where he is going to be flagging off the Khelo India Youth Games for this year. We are going to be seeing him in attendance with the Governor, the Chief Minister as well. Politically also, it is going to send out a strong message, Purnima, isn't it?
Absolutely. In fact, even when Udayanidhi Stalin was in the national capital to meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi, many in fact question as to why the DMK is now keen to meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while Udayanidhi made it clear that it's only for inviting Prime Minister for the Khelo India inauguration and also to ask for relief measures and more funds from the central government in the aftermath of the flood hit areas in the southern part of Tamil Nadu. Many see this as a significant move because in Tamil Nadu for the DMK that has been saying that the ADMK is quite weak, and political analysts say that BJP is emerging as a stronger opposition, and in the run to 2024 when DMK is trying to play a key role in the India bloc coming together, we'll have to see how significant this could be, because both the governor and the government have been at loggerheads, and today at the Khelo India inauguration ceremony at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium we'll see Chief Minister M.K. Stalin and the governor in attendance. While both remain at loggerheads, this is going to be a significant move. We'll have to wait and see what each one has to say, but more politics expected after the event ends. We'll have to wait and see what Chief Minister says, what Prime Minister has to say, and what's the message to the people of Tamil Nadu from Prime Minister in the run-up to 2024, where BJP is now trying to make inroads in a state like Tamil Nadu. It is going to be very crucial. We'll have to wait and see what Prime Minister's message is for the people of Tamil Nadu.
And it will be interesting politically for the BJP as well, isn't it? That is something that the Prime Minister would also be mindful of, given that these elections would be where they're not in alliance with the AIADMK like in the past.
Absolutely. Now that the ADMK has snapped ties with the BJP in the run-up to 2024 elections, where the BJP is trying to make inroads in a state like Tamil Nadu, where political analysts say that BJP is trying to emerge stronger and is seen as a stronger opposition party, lashing out at the ruling DMK more than the AIADMK, and the way Annamalai and the state unit had hit out at the DMK-led government on corruption charges, on how they mishandled the entire cyclone in Chennai, as well as in southern part of Tamil Nadu, where people in fact were angry with the ruling DMK government and the way the DMK handled floods. The BJP in fact is emerging stronger, is the word coming in from political analysts, which is why the BJP is now trying to reach out to other smaller parties, including the DMDK, where we saw Prime Minister personally writing a tribute to late Vijay Kant. So interesting developments planned by the BJP in the absence of the AIADMK, because ADMK vote bank is still intact after the demise of Jayalalitha. Now that ADMK, BJP have cut off ties, we'll have to see how BJP now tries to woo the smaller parties, and what Prime Minister's message is for the Tamil Makkal.
Absolutely. When the Prime Minister takes to the podium there, when he inaugurates the Khelo India Youth Games, what he's going to say is going to be of significance as far as the state of Tamil Nadu goes, politically as well, in the run-up to the elections. We are going to be seeing the Prime Minister undertake several visits to Ram temples across the state of Tamil Nadu over the next 2 days as well. That is something we'll keep a track of here on CNN News 18, but it's a wrap from my side here on Nation at 5. Thank you so much for tuning in.
पल पल में युग युग में हर क्षण में राम, हर तन में हर मन में कण कण में राम। पल पल में युग युग में हर क्षण में राम, हर तन में हर मन में कण कण में राम। राम सिया राम किया विश्व कल्याण बड़ा, राम सिया राम सिया राम। राम सिया राम किया विश्व कल्याण बड़ा, राम सिया राम सिया राम।
Brought to you by
तो ये एक बहुत बड़ा बदलाव है, और अभी तो शुरुआत है।
जी 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 बिल्कुल।
अब बड़े बड़े यहाँ होटल्स भी बनेंगे, डिग्निटरीज आया करेंगे, राम जी के भक्त पूरी दुनिया से यहाँ आएंगे, तो अब बड़ा आसान हो जाएगा
लोगों के।
Wherever you go in Ayodhya, you will find tea being distributed free to people, to devotees. It's really cold in Ayodhya also, but this free distribution of tea that we found just near the Ram temple is special, because this is in the memory of Ram and Sharat Kothari, the Kothari brothers who were killed in police firing in Ayodhya in 1990, and we have these people, in fact we've seen these people all over Ayodhya distributing tea. Ram and Sharat Kothari जी के याद में आप चाय बांट रहे हैं, लोगों को बिस्किट बांट रहे हैं, क्या क्या सोच है और कैसे आप कहाँ से आए हैं?
हम कलकत्ता से आए हैं, और राम शरद कोठारी जो बंधु 1990 में जिनकी शहादत हुई थी, उनके नाम से हमारा संघ चलता है, राम कोठारी स्मृति संघ। तो उनकी तरफ से हम आए हैं, हमें चाय का कैंप लगाने का अनुमति दी गई है। हम यहाँ 14 दिन के लिए कैंप लगाएंगे, 25 तारीख तक हमारा कैंप रहेगा।
कई जगह आपके कैंप है, मेरे ख्याल सरयू के पास भी है।
सरयू के पास भी है, यहाँ राम मंदिर के पास भी है, अपना आगे टेढ़ी बाजार के पास भी है।
जी जी जी।
हमारा वो टेढ़ी बाजार के पास बेस कैंप है। हमारी 7 टीम यहाँ लगी हुई है और 7 टीम सरयू नदी के पास लगी हुई है। ये राम शरद कोठारी स्मृति संघ के नाम से ये संस्था है। उन्हीं की राम शरद की स्मृति में ये संस्था बनाई गई है, और मंदिर ट्रस्ट वालों ने कहा था कि आप एक कैंप लगाइए राम शरद के नाम से, तो उसी के नाम से हमारी ये 40 आदमी टीम कलकत्ता से यहाँ आई है।
40 लोगों की टीम है आप?
40 तारीख की टीम है। 15 तारीख से 25 तारीख तक हमारा ये कैंप है। तो हमारी एक मोबाइल टीम, 2 मोबाइल टीम है और एक बेस कैंप हमने बना रखा है।
आपने तो, आपको कैसा लगता है अयोध्या में, आप अपने मन की दृष्टि से देखें तो क्या लगता है आपको अयोध्या में?
देखिए, परिवर्तन का नर्तन चल रहा है, एक प्रकार का कीर्तन हो रहा है। यहाँ वर्तन की बात नहीं है, बल्कि प्रत्यावर्तन में नूतन मनोदशाओं का एक कौतूहली व्यंजक भाव सामने आया है, जो लक्षणा परिपाटी प्रणयन में उद्देश्य पूर्ति के लिए जिसमें हमें स्फूर्ति आ रही है। और उसमें दो एक छंद देना चाहेंगे कि परम ब्रह्म परमेश्वर नारायण भगवान सात रजतम सब आप प्रभु आदि अंत स्थान राम श्याम अवतार बहु ओंग और ओंकार महाकवि त्रिफला त्रिषा तत्पर त्रिगुणाकार। मंदिर के निर्माण की मोदी के मन सोच, मंदिर के निर्माण की मोदी के मन सोच, अब जन्मभूमि पर बन गया ना ही लगी खरोच, और ना ही लगी खरोच ये कर छाछठ ले भूमि राष्ट्रीय सेवक संघ राम मूर्त ले झूमी। अक्का त्रिफला कब सुना वो हो मोदी बलशाली, और धर्म सनातन जगा बजाओ सब मिलताली।
And our top focus continues to remain on Ayodhya, where the preparations are in full swing for the Ram Mandir's Pran Pratishtha, and the Ram Lalla's idol was placed yesterday on the platform of the Garbhagriha in the Mandir. All covers have been removed from the idol except the Shrimukh or the face of the deity. The full face unveiling of Ram Lalla's idol will take place on 22nd January on the occasion of Pran Pratishtha. Now today the puja ceremony will start with installation of and pujan of Ganpati and other Devi Devtas. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will also visit the Ram Nagari and will take stock of the preparations for the Pran Pratishtha and will even hold a review meet today. Now 13 lakh Desi Ghee laddus are being prepared in Ayodhya for the big day on January 22nd when devotees will get them as prasad. More on this in our next report by CNN News 18's Aman Sharma. Take a look.
When you come to the new Ram temple on January the 22nd and for public viewing from January 23rd, what will you take back from the Ram temple? These will be the delicious Desi Ghee laddus which are being prepared here in Ayodhya. A total of 13 lakh laddus are being prepared for the big day of January 22nd. The raw material comes here and here is where the work starts on making these laddus. And if I show you this hall, this is a great sight. You know, this is where all these laddus are being very painstakingly made by people who have been working here day and night to ensure that all 13 lakh laddus are ready by the time the Pran Pratishtha ceremony happens on January the 22nd. And we have organizers here, in fact, who have been camping day and night to ensure that the work is complete. Why are we making so many laddus and what will we do?
See, Devraha Hans Babaji Maharaj, he has told us that उन्होंने एक संकल्प किया है for offering 1111 man laddus, and after the event passes away this process will go on and devotees who come for darshan of Lord Ram in the temple will get a tiffin containing 7 laddus even after that.
Ram Leela. This is the very famous Ayodhya ki Ram Leela, and usually around Diwali time when it is held, famous film stars come and play main characters. But that is being replicated this time ahead of the Pran Pratishtha of the Ram temple. Behind me on the stage is none other than Raza Murad playing Dashrath. You also have the likes of Malini Avasthi playing Ma Shabri in this Ram Leela. You have Manoj Tiwari and Ravi Krishan playing Parshuram and Bhagwan Lakshman. And you have Rahul Butcher playing Lord Ram in this Ram Leela. And it has been specifically organized to enthrall the audiences of Ayodhya, of Ram Nagari ahead of January 22. Raza Murad ji, बहुत अच्छा लगा आपको यहाँ देख के, लेकिन आपको कितना अच्छा लग रहा है अयोध्या में अब की बार ठंड में रामलीला करने में?
अयोध्या मुझे अपना घर जैसा लगने लगा है, क्योंकि मैं पिछले 5 साल से बदस्तूर आ रहा हूँ और अलग अलग भूमिकाएं करता हूँ। राजा जनक बन जाता हूँ, अहि रावण बन जाता हूँ, विश्वामित्र बन जाता हूँ, कुंभकर्ण बन जाता हूँ, और इस बार मैं
दशरथ बने।
जी।
तो आपने फिर अयोध्या लास्ट 5 इयर्स देखा है, बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट 5 इयर्स रहे हैं ये अयोध्या के लिए। 2019 के जजमेंट के बाद से अब 2024 आ गया है, तो आपने क्या बदलाव देखा है अयोध्या में?
अयोध्या जो आज हमें दिखाई दे रही है अयोध्या जी, वो तो लगता है दुल्हन बनी हुई है, खूबसूरत दुल्हन, और हर तरफ रोशनी है, हर तरफ हर्षोल्लास है। और मैं आज फ्लाइट से आया।
पल पल में युग युग में हर क्षण में राम, हर तन में हर मन में कण कण में राम। राम सिया राम।
आहि गए रघुनंदन सजवा दो द्वार द्वार, आहि गए रघुनंदन सजवा दो द्वार द्वार, स्वर्ण कलश रखवा दो बंधवा दो बंधनवार।
Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta, and I'm joining you for a very special edition right from Ayodhya. This is the place to be. This is the town to be. This is where the anticipation of a 500 years is now finally culminating with the Pran Pratishtha of Lord Ram Lalla in the new Bhavya Ram Mandir. We've seen the first images of the Ram Lalla idol, which has been sculpted in Shyam 1 black stone, a 5-year-old depiction of Lord Ram. The idol has finally been unveiled. It has been uncovered. We saw images which were slightly covered. We saw an image where part of the face was covered. But finally today, on this occasion, barely 3 days to go before the Pran Pratishtha, the entire idol was uncovered. And in a way, Ayodhya Nagri, Ram Nagri and the entire country and the world has done darshan of the new Ram Lalla. But the Pran Pratishtha is a very important ceremony that's going to take place on January 22. And here on CNN News 18, we'll be bringing you 100 hours of unfettered, continuous coverage from Ayodhya. First up, of course, we will get you the mood on the ground as well. I have guests joining me in just a bit. And we will get you all the sights and sounds, the color, the noises, the smells, if we could, from around the city as it builds up to January 22.
राजन कमर खिले है अयोध्या नगरी, सबसे सुंदर सीता राम की अयोध्या नगरी। अयोध्या नगरी होई, अयोध्या